Yeah, he was doing.
I am informed here on the East Coast.
Not like this. So it's just like a velvet.
I'd actually
You sure good person. I know you.
the school is amazing.
It's actually really
There he is, the guy I'm waiting to see.
Bill won't do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He looks like he's going to take down
Yeah, I absolutely fired you. You got some news to announce.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll tell you what.
You gotta go after this.
I like this. This is I like
Those are pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're graduating, like
Yeah,
maybe a little bit
yeah,
in your
it's
face, like,
aggressive, right?
if I was still a student, I would rock it all.
I want to once, so I might actually be throwing some of those on as well. I mean,
Yeah, but I'm just basically just reading, right? Yeah, like what is go up after she's done saying
I like that. Oh, right. No, this is you said that. I need to grab it. Alex, can I holler at you? Sorry, were you just connecting with Mr. Eustace?
Yeah, I just gotta make a quick change.
Okay.
Matt, how are you? Good to see you.
What is that?
It's hard too.
I don't want to
I know.
pull away from the reunion. I gotta go.
Yeah.
So the way it's going to go tonight is myself, and then I'm going to launch this with the two of them here. When Knox's video is done, you're on it. You got Karen, then hold on, then a video. Yeah. So the way it'll go all night in person. So after Knox's video, the alumni of the year, you start with Karen. So I go, you go.
And, all right, here we go.
Right. I forgot. You come up.
This is all good. It's all good.
It's all good.
Oh, sorry.
He goes, oh yeah.
Got it. I just
That's all right.
There was a dance right up there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me check your order.
I just need to know where I can find the link for the live stream.
Um,
We're all good.
And he was just gonna be.
Okay.
He's good.
My mom said you talked to me last.
Yeah.
Okay.
We saw her recently over on Saturdays.
Oh, nice.
The time is making progress. I've been adding new Spanish.
Okay. Yeah.
So I retired. Now I'm in, it's now like a private school. Right, so we're in guitar and Spanish.
Role reversal.
Yeah, it's fun. You know, it's fun. So, 2 weeks. This is my third time. It's the first time.
Seriously. Oh wow.
So
A little strange. They had like 2 years to show off.
He's checking out.
No, I'm good. I got it right here. So the wave
You have it? We have
Yeah.
because I have so much I'm used to the other things with you. Folks, a couple more minutes. Yes, sir. You said this one. So we could.
Hello. Hi, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started. If you would please take your seats, we would appreciate that. We're going to start the stream in about 1 minute.
Good evening. I want to say thank you Obviously, this has been a difficult couple of years for schools as we're dealing with COVID and figuring out how to best make opportunities for our kids to be educated. And these types of events are also difficult. But I want to say to you, whether it is your first time on our beautiful campus, or if you are returning from maybe 5, 10, 20 years ago, I want to welcome you. My name is Brett Burgundy. I'm the athletic director here at Breck School. Previous to that, as many of you know, I spent 8 years as dean of students. And I started at this wonderful school 20-some years ago in 1994. And I'm incredibly privileged and honored to still be working at this school. And the reason that is so true is because of people like you. So, welcome back to our campus. Thank you so much for being here. Tonight, we are recognizing both Alumni of the Year and also Athletic Hall of Fame inductees. And the partnership with the Alumni Office and the Athletic Office, as well as across divisions and through all of our administrative departments, it's such a great relationship. And that's why we get to do wonderful events like this. Homecoming is always interesting at schools. We're trying to celebrate the current kids and the current families and make sure that we're playing the games and having the events that celebrate them. But more importantly, homecoming is homecoming. And again, thank you for being here tonight. Welcome back to Breck. And I look forward to catching up with all of you. My next job is a big one. I get to introduce our head of school, Dr. Natalia Hernandez. So please give her a warm welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Oh, we're back at Breck. Good evening. Happy homecoming. Yes, it is so lovely to have you all on campus. As Brett referenced, it has been a difficult time in schools, but human nature being what it is, I also think that having been a part in some way has us all valuing what Breck offers even more. And when I look out at you, it reminds me of why and how we do what we do. I always say that our students are our purpose, and because we say always a Mustang, you are our purpose, right? If I say a number, I want you to think about what that number might mean. 135. Any guesses? Absolutely correct. For 135 years, Breck has been serving families like yours. And I often say that we are simply carrying the baton of an incredible mission of our school and ensuring that in 50 years, we are celebrating our current students, alumni, in the same way we're celebrating you all tonight. Not all of you 50 years ago. And it's with great pride that we welcome you tonight. So we say at Breck that we graduate students prepared for a life of intellectual curiosity, self-knowledge, and social responsibility. And so the alumni recognized tonight provide for our current students an incredible example, lifelong example of what that looks like once they leave Breck. I'll close with this. If you saw me earlier tonight and you're an alum, I may have welcomed you by saying, welcome home. I love saying that. I love saying that. And I love the reaction of alumni when I say that. That's what homecoming is. Welcome home. Thank you for making us proud. And congratulations to all of you. I'll turn this over now to Kyle Parsons, our Director of Alumni Affairs and Giving, so that he can continue with the true important events of tonight, and that is recognizing your greatness at Breck.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you. Appreciate it. You warmed them up. Thank you. I'm so excited to have you all here. I know it's been a lot of communication about who's doing what and how long we have to speak and all these things, but really what it is about celebrating some of the great parts of Breck, some of the truly exceptional things that have happened, not only in our history and the way you all represented Breck once upon a time, but also tonight is about celebrating how you represent Breck today. So my job is to give you a little bit of an overview of the night. So we have 3 awards being given away today. Am I going in and out? Can you all hear me okay? All right. There are 3 awards being given out tonight. First, we have our Alumni of the Year, presented each year at the annual meeting of Outstanding Alum. This award honors an individual or individuals who have demonstrated outstanding volunteer leadership and service to the Breck Alumni Association and Breck School. We also have former student athletes going into the Breck Hall of Fame. The Breck Athletic Hall of Fame represents the cooperative effort between the Breck Alumni Association and the athletic department. Its purpose is to honor those individuals and teams who have represented Breck in excellent fashion. And finally, an award that is not given out annually, the Del Carter 50 Memorial Award. Del Carter, from the class of 1950, was a dedicated leader, alumni council member, and Breck Athletic Hall of Fame inductee. Del chaired the Breck Athletic Hall of Fame and made it what it is today. In honor of his memory, this award recognizes outstanding service to Breck athletics. So with that, we're celebrating lots of different types of people, but the common thread there is incredible service, incredible acts, hard work, and a commitment to this school. So I thank you all for coming. I'm so excited to share with you. And as we tell stories and hear memories, I hope it brings you that feeling of we truly are home, like Natalia said. A couple of quick housekeeping items for you. One, we have the wonderful Carol Rice taking photos tonight. Yeah, well deserved. If you receive an award, what we would ask is that you would come up, get your award, take your photo, and then come over to the podium to make your remarks. Also, for all of you, there is plenty of food. Please host yourselves. If at any moment you'd like to grab something to eat or drink, feel so encouraged. And there are restrooms outside of this bathroom to the right and down this hall. With that, I would love to get the evening started with our first award for Alumni of the Year. This award has been given out since 1979. In that time, it has been given out to 16 awardees. Excuse me, it has been given out to 16 awardees with 2 people in 1 year, which is what we have this year, both an alumna and an alumnus of the year. I'd like to tell you first about Simone Hardiman-Jones. Oh, excuse me. Thank you, Ms. Klaus. I need to acknowledge some people who helped make tonight happen. These are our committees who helped decide on these awards. I should throw this out there. I said a lot of work went into getting us here tonight. And what I mean by that is people start meeting about this in the summer, sometimes earlier. There are multiple calls, there are votes, there are records that are poured over, and we spend a lot of time talking. And this group, the Athletic Hall of Fame in particular this year, had a lot of people to consider as we did not award anyone in 2020. So it was a large slate, and I just want to say thank you. Will you join me quickly in thanking these folks for all of the effort they put in? And now, on to Ms. Hardiman-Jones, our alumna of the year. Simone Hardiman-Jones, from the class of 1998, selflessly served the school in countless ways in 2020, 2021. She helped to launch the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Subcommittee for the Alumni Council, which she now chairs. She participated in Breck's equity audit as a representative of both the Alumni Council and a member of the Twin Cities nonprofit sector. She came together with a group of her classmates and worked tirelessly to establish the Marion Jones Kennedy Endowment and plant the seeds for the burgeoning Black Alumni Network. Additionally, Simone joyfully participated in the Breck Phonathon during Giving Week. I cannot stress enough how enthusiastic she was about it. Finally, and perhaps the most exciting item on her list, her son Leo was recently admitted and just started in the preschool here at Breck. Her newest engagement as a member of the parent community further represents how committed she is to the school, and we're so excited to get to share with Leo and your husband, Chris. All of this work on behalf of BREC coincided with her appointment as the founding executive director of the Green Light Foundation, Twin Cities chapter. When asked how she managed to contribute so much to BREC while she was so busy in her personal life, she said simply, because it's BREC. Simone represents BREC with incredible poise, grace, and determination. She demonstrates a deep commitment with a deep connection with our institution and is shown time and time again through her work. Simone also said that winning this award is her proudest BREC achievement since she and her twin sister Rachel were able to sneak onto a BREC field trip together as sophomores by pretending to be the same person. Her mom is shaking her head. That absolutely did not happen, but I assume they got into some kind of shenanigans, so, if only. On a personal note, Simone is someone who I met very early in my time at BREC as the alumni director. And I want to tell you that she has been a confidant, she has been a source of support. She is someone who I call regularly, and I can prove it to you, because in trying to establish a time to meet and sort of surprise her with this award, we were struggling to find a time. And so instead of going the official route, I texted her one morning, hey, I really need to talk to you. Can you connect today? To which she, of course, said yes. And I got a group of her friends, we got on a call, and we surprised her and said, you are the Alumni of the Year for 2021. She was obviously delighted and honored. And as the Zoom call ended, it was just she and I said, Simone, what did you think I was calling you for? She said, I had no idea. And I was so annoyed because I had no time today. And I said, that right there is the essence of why she's Alumni of the Year. She has that kind of commitment that even though she is an executive director, she is a partner, a mother, a community member, she finds time because she believes in BREC. She believes in our mission, and she wants to see BREC be everything that she knows it can be. It is with all of this in mind, we are excited to announce Simone Hardiman-Jones from the class of 1998 is the BREC Alumna of the Year for 2021. Please help me in congratulating and welcoming her.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Dr. Hernandez. I'm really honored to be here. As you know, I stand before you not only as a BREC alum, class of 1998, but also a current BREC parent. My son Leo is a brand new preschooler this year, as Kyle mentioned, and we've been really excited to watch him walk through these halls and get to know the school. And it's been an exciting 4 weeks of preschool and exhausting. I went off to college after graduating from BREC. I went to American University in Washington, D.C. I ended up living in D.C. for, 15 plus years. I lost count. But during my time in D.C., I was always excited to join the East Coast BREC alumni events. It was an opportunity to connect with other BREC grads living in D.C. and just stay connected to BREC a little bit. But it wasn't really until my niece, Layla Medina, started preschool at BREC several years ago, she's now in 3rd grade, that I really felt called back in. Watching Layla learn and grow in these halls has been an amazing experience to watch, and really made me feel like BREC was special, reminded me rather that BREC is such a special place. And then I felt that calling even more 3 years ago when I left DC and moved back home to the Twin Cities with my husband and son. When we decided it was time to leave DC, I started trying to make connections, looking for jobs, networking, trying to figure out what my next step was. And I called on the BREC Alumni Council and my BREC network to help me find that next step. And it made me really, truly realize how the strength of the BREC alumni community, that we have created here as I was pursuing my next professional adventure. And so when I was asked to join the Alumni Council a couple years ago, I jumped at the chance to step into that role because I knew it would allow me to truly give back to BREC in a way that, that was meaningful and purposeful. I truly believe that to whom much is given, much is required, and BREC has given me a lot. I feel proud to be able to give back to BREC and play a small part in making our community great for my son Leo, for my niece Layla, and so many other students who are here. So thank you again. I'm really honored for this award, and have a great evening.
Thank you, Simone. As I mentioned before, this is the 16th time that we have given the award of Alumni of the Year to 2 people in the same year. It's something of a regular practice over the past 35 years at BREC, and this was my first time seeing that play out. And the reason for it is because there were incredibly passionate people, not arguing against anyone, but arguing in favor of the service we have seen. So we just heard about Simone, but also Nath Samara Tunga from the class of 2014 has been selected as our Alumnus of the Year, and I'd love to tell you why. Nath's commitment to BREC this year was exceptional. He was a key member of the equity audit for the core team, contributing an incredible number of volunteer hours to the project while completing his Master's of Public Health at the University of Minnesota. His service went above and beyond the call of duty and showed his genuine commitment to seeing BREC become a more equitable institution. In addition to his steadfast effort, Nath was a joy to work with. He is beloved by everyone at BREC, and I can speak as I see people nodding. It is universal approval like you have never seen. BREC's Director of Community Programs, Fred Schmidt, helped to lead the equity audit and had this to say of Nath's contribution. His work was vital to the success of the project, and his positive attitude made the challenging work seem possible. We could not have done this project without his perspective as an alumni and his clear ability to speak as an advocate and champion for BREC families. In addition to his work on the equity audit, Nath also sat on the Alumni Council Service Subcommittee and the DEI Subcommittee, helping to pull off events like the BREC Blood Drive, Senior Ice Cream Social, as well as many others throughout the year. Nath is a huge proponent of BREC and helps to reconnect other young alumni back to the school. He is a fierce believer in what BREC can be. All of his work this past year should be recognized, as he was serving as one of the youngest, if not the very youngest, Alumni Council member in the history of the school. It is fitting that he is now the youngest person to ever receive this award as well. Nath represents BREC well everywhere he goes by displaying incredible consistency, hard work, and his signature kindness. The only people who were unsure about his candidacy were his younger sisters, Brooke and Melinda from the class of 2018. When asked about Nath winning this award, they said they were not sure he is even the best alumni in his own house, let alone the entire community. All joking aside, we are excited to announce that Nath Samara Tunga from the class of 2014 is the BREC Alumnus of the Year for 2021. Since Nath is not able to be here with us tonight, he shared the following message with the BREC community and looks forward to receiving his BREC chair this winter when he returns home from his first semester away at Rutgers for medical school. Please help me in congratulating Nath.
Dear BREC community, it is my absolute honor to accept the award of Alumni of the Year alongside Simone Hardiman. As many of you know, BREC has housed a large amount of my growth, from the quiet shy kid in Ms. Power's kindergarten class to the person I am today. However, BREC is different to me than other places of growth that I've encountered, because it allows you to continue to grow even after you've left its walls. To this day, I continue to unpack personal beliefs and find new opportunities thanks to conversations with dear faculty and old peers from the BREC community. Joining the Alumni Council allowed me both mentors that I still lean on now while in medical school across the country, and the chance to reciprocate this growth for the school itself. The most recent and most significant growth I gleaned from BREC was through taking part in last year's diversity and equity audit. Yes, many institutions strive to improve, but very few are able to name, address, and communicate their weaknesses to do so. I've never seen such a prestigious institution be so brave to have difficult conversations, acknowledge harm and our own misconceptions, and really, truly push to be better. And that's what I saw at BREC last year. The processes BREC engages in are ones that I hope to translate into my own life. It is for this reason and more that I am humbled to be a part of this community, to gain inspiration from all people at BREC, from Kyle to Ms. Kent to Simone, and to grow alongside this forever evolving space. Thank you all again, and as always, go Mustangs.
I'd actually listen to him say that again. It's quite articulate. Good evening. My name is Alex Clark. I'm from the class of 2002, and it's a pleasure to be here with all of you this evening. I have the honor of introducing our first inductee into the Athletic Hall of Fame tonight. And that individual is Dr. Karen Caperton Swallen from the class of 1985. Karen was a two-sport athlete competing in cross country and in track and field. She lettered in cross country 3 times, including 2 conference championships, 2 sectional championships, and 3 years as a participant in the state competition. But the story of her athletic career is not best understood through her impressive individual accomplishments, but instead it is important to understand her role in shaping the cross country team into what it is today. These are words, following are words that were shared on her behalf by beloved former BREC teacher and coach Frank Eustace, who's here tonight. It's not an exaggeration to say that cross country at BREC began with Karen Caperton. As a 9th grader, Karen was a member of BREC's very first cross country team, on which she established herself not only as the best runner on the girls team, but the best in the conference and one of the top runners in the district. During Karen's 4 years running cross country at BREC, her prowess as a runner became so well established that the yearbook one year matter-of-factly said, Karen Caperton had her usual exceptional season, ranking with the best runners in the state, which was absolutely true. Karen went to state twice as an individual, earned the team MVP each year, placed first in race after race, but even more, through her individual success and determination, Karen brought respect and awareness to this new sport at BREC. By the time she was a senior, the number of women on the team had more than doubled, and the program was not just one outstanding runner, but an outstanding team, and a team which just missed by a handful of points going to state. To the students and faculty at that time, Karen Caperton was the face of BREC cross country. Her determination, her success, and her natural ability to lead by example were the foundation on which the team and programs were built. With that, please help me in welcoming Dr. Karen Caperton Swallen from the class of 1985 into the BREC Athletic Hall of Fame.
So I am from the class of 1985, which means that, that's hysterical. Which means that we came to this building as freshmen. Before that, we had been on the River Road campus. I started at BREC in 3rd grade because my parents wanted a more strict environment for me. That's true. So anyway, of course, we all think that our class was the greatest, but our class was the greatest. We had 11 National Merit finalists in our class. People went to incredible numbers of schools. colleges across the East Coast and did incredible things with their lives, and I think still are. I'm married to one of my classmates, so that's important to know. My brother-in-law teaches here, Jim Johnsmullen. So we still have a lot of ties to Brooke, even though I actually have not been in the building since 1985. When we had our lock-in the cafeteria, and I did win at the lottery, a Cabbage Patch doll. It was 1985. So my current sophomore in high school is actually having 80s night at her high school in Wisconsin, which is celebrating homecoming this week as well. So basically, I would just say Breck was a great experience for me, and competing in sports was foundational to what I did at Breck. I was a scholar, but I was also an athlete, and that was really important to me to do both. And as I've gone on in life, I really tried to keep all doors open at all times, probably sometimes to the detriment of things in my life, but now I practice as a rural family physician in Wisconsin. I deliver babies, I take care of people at nursing homes, I do pretty much anything to do with health. Thankfully, I don't do adult inpatient medicine, so I have not had to take care of a lot of COVID patients, but otherwise, pretty engaged and pretty wide-ranging interests. My parents, who are here tonight with me, have been incredible supports. My dad was a runner, and that's kind of how I got into it, back even when I was in middle school. I should correct one thing. I was a 3-sport athlete at Breck. So I was on varsity track for 6 years because, that was 7th, 8th, and then all of high school. Cross country for 4, and then cross country skiing formed when I was a sophomore in high school, and I was on that team and captain of that for 3 years. So I'm pretty sure I probably hold the record for a number of captainships because I was track captain 4 years, cross country captain 4 years, and cross country skiing captain 3 years. That's pretty good. So yeah, in close, I just would say Breck and Breck sports have been foundational to my life. I still use things I learned running to this day, and probably always will.
Thank you for letting us know of the facts that we missed when piecing through the yearbooks. So we will make sure that that is noted in our documents moving forward. So I've got the honor of introducing our next inductee, Wade Martin, from the class of 1989. Wade was a 3-sport athlete competing in soccer, tennis, and skiing. He was a 5-time letter winner in tennis, including during his 8th grade year. He was a 3-time all-conference honoree, and he won 3 individual awards from the team in 1987, 88, and 89. He was also an all-conference honoree in soccer during his senior season. Wade wanted to be here with us tonight, but he told us that his daughter is the athlete now, and that she has a big tournament this week that kept him from being able to travel. He still has a love for sports to this day, and he's happy to share them with his family. We are happy to celebrate his accomplishment on his behalf and have a brief video from him that he shared on what this award means to him. Please help me in welcoming Wade Martin from the class of 1989 into the Breck Athletic Hall of Fame.
Hello, Breck friends. Thanks so much for this incredible award. I feel really honored and privileged and shocked and surprised to receive this, but it's a really nice honor. Breck sports meant so much to me, and I have so many incredible memories from my time at Breck and on the soccer fields and on the tennis courts, and so to be inducted in the Hall of Fame is really quite an honor, and I appreciate it. It's also a great opportunity to thank the coaches that had such an impactful meaning on my life over many years. Coach Hines and Coach Kelly, my soccer coaches. I remember how both tough and inspiring they both were, and have great memories of that. Coach Severn, who is also Dr. Severn, for those who know from way back when, he was also the dean of students and the head of the upper school. And so it was always much better when I was meeting with him on the tennis court, not in his office. So, but in seriousness, Dr. Severn is a dear friend. He's like a father to me. And so those coaches, who I have such great memories of, had played such a great part in my life, on and off the field, and even to this day. Finally, I'd like to thank my teammates for all the incredible memories we had. Really, really fun times, and many of them are still my best friends today. And it all started back at Breck in sports. So thank you again for a great honor. Good luck at homecoming, and go Mustangs.
Good evening. Good to be back. You guys hear me? Yeah. My name is Matt Cosgrove. I'm from the class of 2007, and I have the honor and privilege to introduce our next inductee, Todd O'Hara. Todd was a three-sport athlete competing in football, hockey, and golf. He was all-conference in both football and hockey, while also receiving all-conference honorable mention in golf. As a senior, he served as captain in football and hockey. In his time at Breck, he won both the Alan Dunn and Fred B. Anderson Awards, meaning he was recognized both as the outstanding male athlete, as an underclassman, and also as a senior. While this is his first year of individual eligibility for the Athletic Hall of Fame, his 2000 hockey team was already inducted into the Breck Hall of Fame. And when asked about what kind of teammate Todd was by his longtime teammate John Adams, who I think is in the crowd tonight, he shared that Todd was a fierce competitor, a fierce teammate, and a fierce friend. He was a leader in multiple sports and a true captain to our hockey team. The hockey team from that era was a really special, or has a really special bond to this day, and Todd is a big part of that. And all of us still call him Todd O'Hatrick Hara, say that 10 times fast, in honor of a game where he was on fire and had all three goals in the march to the state championship. But that wasn't the moment in the state championship run that really defined who Todd was as a competitor. It was late in the third period in the title game, and we had a 3-2 lead over Warroad, which, as a quick side note, I was in 6th grade and in the front row. We lost the faceoff in our zone, and an opposing player had a clean look at a shot. As the kid got the shot off, Todd dove in front of the puck, giving up his body, but making the play. That play preserved our lead and propelled us to a state title. That is who Todd was. He played that hard every time we were on the ice, and we would not have been champions without him. He absolutely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame because he's a Breck guy through and through. Please help in joining me in welcoming Todd O'Hara into the Breck Athletic Hall of Fame.
Wow, you guys got a lot of details. That sounds like Johnny's words. Thank you. It's been 20 years since I've graduated and been back on campus. It's great to see friendly faces everywhere. Alex Clark, I don't know, where is Alex? Yeah, Alex called me a few weeks back, and Alex called and said, Todd, got some great news. You've been nominated for the High School Hall of Fame. And I kind of paused, and he said, listen, this is not a Johnny Adams or Reed pranking you. So I don't know if that's an indictment on my athletic skills, Alex. But it's an honor to be here. It's, my mom would say I was probably the 5th best athlete on every team that I was on. But in fairness, when you're on a team with Dominique Bird, you're probably going to be the 5th best athlete because he's going to be the top 4. Just to show how important and special this is for me, my wife gave birth to our son 5 days ago, and we knew this was going to overlap. She said, "Listen, you've got to go back. I know how important it is to you. You got to go back. You
gotta be there. But you've gotta be on the first flight back the next day. And so thank you to my wife. Sports at Breck and sports for me has helped me become who I am as a leader in the professional world. And the things that we learned on the fields at Breck are so important. I'll share one fun story, and that is after we won our 2000 state championship, Johnny was the captain, I was the captain, we were riding high. It was the beginning of our senior season. And we had a rule, Wally Chapman, our coach, had a rule that you had to beat him in the locker room. And as long as you were in the locker room before Wally, everything was good. I pull into the rink, open up the side door, Wally comes marching down the stairs, all business all the time. And I open the door to the locker room for him. He kind of gives me a look. Are you sure you want to do this? I'm not thinking, yeah, of course. Wally walks in, I walk behind him, close the door. He gives his pregame speech. He's marching up and down, telling the team what the lineup is, what we're going to do. And he writes the lineup on the board. Now, at this point, I'm a senior. I'm established. I'm expecting to be on the first line, maybe the second line, worst case scenario. And Wally starts writing on the board, John Adams, first line defense, CJ Nibby, Reed Anderson, all the guys. And my name never hits the board. And he starts walking out. I get my coach. He goes, oh yeah, 1 second. Bike, O'Hara. Don't ever be late to the locker room again. And it just stuck with me. I think it sticks with all of us. The things we learn on the fields, the rinks, the courts are very, very important to many of us. And so, I hope that the school continues to invest heavily in our athletics because it's been incredibly important to me. So thank you, Mom and Dad. Thanks to my friends that were here tonight. This is an awesome, awesome award. And finally, thank you to the coaches. Coach B, you were my football coach with so many others. I know there's Coach Rice is here. There's some others in the back. Thank you. Without great coaching, none of this can happen. So thank you.
All right, our next inductee is going to be virtual. So Bowen Osborne from the class of 1998 was a multi-sport athlete competing in football and in golf. He was a 4-time letter winner in golf, including 2 all-conference honors, 2 all-state honors, and was named team MVP for Breck in 1996, 1997, and 1998. He also served as golf team captain in his junior and senior years. He was a 2-time letter winner in football and received all-conference honors as a senior. His junior year, he was a member of the Breck's 1996 state football championship team, the first football state title in the school's history. Still an incredible athlete, Bowen is actually competing in a golf tournament right now. This weekend was not able to make the trip, hence why he's virtual, but he will be joining us here up on the video screen in just a second. We're happy to celebrate his accomplishment, and on his behalf, and we have a brief video from him, actually from the green. So please join me in welcoming Bowen Osborne from the class of 1998.
Hi, Breck folks. Bowen Osborne here. Delighted to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Just wanted to say hi from Nantucket. I'm actually out here still playing some golf here. Beautiful place. Anyway, just wanted to say thank you to Breck. Had a wonderful time there. Sports was a big contributor to where I am and what I'm up to. The coaches, our teams, awesome experience. So just wanted to say thanks. I'm proud of Breck, and I miss those days. Cheers, everybody.
And before we present our last award tonight, I just wanted to say on behalf of the folks who weren't able to make it here, every single one of them expressed their deep desire to join us and their regret that this is a hard time to travel. And I also wanted to thank those of you who did travel, some arriving just today and leaving in the morning. That's truly shows the commitment of these folks. And my favorite thing about Bowen is that he said, if I don't make the cut, I'll be there. So for him, it was a last minute thing, but thankfully he was not able to join us, as you can see We're gonna hand out our last award of the evening, and I just wanted to reiterate that this is an award that is not given every year. In fact, when the Hall of Fame committee discussed giving out this award in 2020, Rick Frame's name came up. And then when we decided we would give it to Rick, or last year, and there was conversation of, well, technically you could give somebody the award again, the committee was like, no, no, no. It is Rick's night, it is Rick's year, it is Rick's moment. And I found out what that meant with how many people wanted to be the person to introduce him tonight. And I was lucky in asking Robin Fondo to do so. Because when I asked everyone else, or when people approached me and said, could I say a few words about Rick? I was able to say, Robin's got it. And they all said, oh, okay, that makes sense. So with that, I want to bring up Robin Fondo, who's going to say a few words about Rick Frame, our Del Carter Memorial Award winner.
Congratulations to all the award winners tonight. And thank you to Kyle and the committee for allowing me this opportunity to introduce Rick. In the summer of 1997, I received a call from Rick Frame asking if he could be a volunteer coach with Breck's middle school students. I don't usually get a lot of volunteers for middle school students. He was retiring from Cargill, and he had experience coaching youth sports, and he wanted to coach as a way to give back to others. Saying yes to that was one of the better decisions of my career. In the beginning, Rick coached all 3 seasons, including football, boys and girls basketball, and baseball, one of his great passions. His work in football has continued for 25 seasons, including a move to help with the varsity and junior varsity football teams in 2014. Rick has had a positive influence on many Breck athletes over this period and continues to do so. At the heart of Rick's coaching is the love he has for his players. He genuinely cares that each player finds success and becomes a better person. Rick's words of wisdom included, "Dress like a team, and you're more likely to play like a team. Keep it simple by knowing how to line up, where to line up, and what to do next." Of course, his football players will long remember, low man wins. Furthermore, Rick did an amazing job working with all ability levels. Rick's words of wisdom helped me to become a better coach, administrator, and teacher. Wish every young athlete could be fortunate enough to have a coach like Rick Frame, Breck's Del Carter Award recipient for 2021.
Well, it's fun to be last. I called Kyle a couple of days ago and said, "See, I'm having trouble here. I think I've got maybe
Microphone,
too much.
Can't hear you.
I think I've got a little bit too much preparation done." And he said, "Well, where you at?" And I said, "Right now I'm at 30 minutes." And he had to go get his smelling salts. After that, we talked our way through that and understood what it meant to be a little bit brief. And my wife said, "Don't talk too long. People just get bored with it." My sons have said that, and my sons are here, a couple of them tonight. And my son that some of you knew from the class of '02 he was all over that. He said, "No, come on, just take it easy. Don't embarrass me." But I tell you, this has become a life for me from '97, and it saved my life, really. I just can't tell you how important the relationship that I've had with you people. It's totally unbelievable of how much love and respect are shown on this campus. And that's by all of you, players, parents, whatever. Everybody's sort of on the same page. I know there's obviously some exceptions from time to time. But everybody's on the same page trying to do the right thing. And years ago, I got thinking about my mother. My mother passed in 1985. You're old enough, you start replaying things that you've heard and thought about and whatever. And it dawned upon me, my mother used to tell me, God loves you. And my mother, I never saw her in church. She never went to church, I know. But she used to always tell me, God loves Rick. Ricky, God loves you. And I've become spiritual in my later years, and so now I know what she's talking about. God does love me, and I accept that. She also said, remember the golden rule. And I remember that, and she explained what the golden rule is, and we all know it. I didn't realize it was biblical in its source, but it certainly is, and certainly we ask all of the people that we have under our command, whether it be students or players, or our own kids, even our own neighbors, let's do the right thing and treat each other right. And I've had a wonderful life. Ken Maurer Sr. was my coach in St. Paul for baseball, football, and then American Legion baseball. And he had a profound effect on me. He said, sign up, show up, and follow through. Don't give up. He was a tremendous coach, a tremendous leader, and he came from a family of athletes that, you know, the Maurer name, and they didn't get that way without some inspiration from somebody, and that came from I call the House of Maurer, right down the line. But he was like a father to me. My father passed when I was a teenager, and I spent a lot of time with Coach Maurer and with his kids, and come and kick dirt as bad boys and just the whole thing. So I learned all that from Coach Maurer, and I give testimony on that to you. I want you to know what the Maurer family is. The other thing is an experience I had that came from my Cargill days. With Cargill, also a company of great conscience, and trying to make the world a better place. And the family of Cargill promoted that strongly back then. I've been now retired 25 years, so then I had 33 years before that, and I can truly tell you they are a terrific company and well-managed people. But they started really getting involved, trying to do things for charity and get involved in the community and doing what you people do with our students now, of service and giving service to the community. And so I got on a project called Project Business, and I got a mentee from North Minneapolis, who was about 280 pounds, big and strong, looked mean. He was a cream puff. He is the greatest kid I ever met. At the time I said, why didn't I know about you? And you know what his favorite was? He wasn't going to be a football player. He wanted to be a chef. And so all my stereotypes, big guy from North Minneapolis, strong, going to go get him, right? No, you want to be a chef. Well, I spent 3 months with him, and I took him to a guy with what's the company that, Cardell had a company that was managing the cafeterias and all that stuff, so I took him to that guy. And he found out, what does it take to be a chef? Well, it takes quite a bit to be a chef, including going to school and learning and kind of doing a lot of work when other people are wanting to play. You know? You're working when they're playing. And so I think he just went away with hello, good luck to Mr. Frame, and thank you very much, and whatever. 10 years later, this is now in the 90s, I get a card in the mail, and it's from Las Vegas, Nevada. Who do I know in Las Vegas, Nevada? And it said Romaine. I won't give you his name, but his last name, his first name is Romaine. It was Romaine. I said, Romaine? What's he doing in Las Vegas, Nevada? Well, it was a graduation card. It said, I've just graduated from UNLV with a degree in criminology, and I want to get some work in the legal field, whatever. It's a policeman or whatever. He wasn't clear about that. But he said, I just want to let you know that that time we spent, you got me thinking about what I really wanted to do and how I wanted to do it and who I was going to do it with. And it started my planning. And a little bit of a spark started the planning. And so I give it to you because it relates to coaching and teaching and everything we do, because the footprints we put where we go, big marks. God help us. Hopefully they're good marks, that we're doing the right things, saying the right things, and being honest, and can stand up for what we believe in and do it with a good conscience. If we do the wrong things, you can have a lot of sad kids come out of it. You do the right things here. There's a tremendous effort and a conscience to this organization, and that's why I've been honored to be part of it for all these years. I got the list of coaches in here. I can give you all the coaches. There are so many coaches. Who's coaching with me? Can you raise your hands? All right. I love you guys. You are my baby. With my wife. My wife is in South Carolina watching this on TV. What do you do, dear? My sons are here. They know that I dedicated myself to this. I was doing the right thing. And so I'm so happy to be here. My wife said, cut it short. She had an idea that she shared with me last night, sent me a late night email. She said, don't talk too much. She said, why don't you tell them that this award is not simply an honor from Breck community to me. And I paraphrase part of it, but it is also gratitude, my gratitude and respect, the gratitude and respect from me to all of you at Breck. And that's how I feel. This is the most fantastic night. Robin, thank you so much. All these relationships I made, all you coaches. Xander is here. I told some of you, I won't tell you the rest. Stand up, Dan, Xander. We need the inspiration for tomorrow night. Now, Xander's one of the captains of the football team. In 2014, his brother snuck in this room back there on the food tray and had a little snack. He was in middle schooler then. And Coach Fondo came over to talk to us. Oh, hi, Zen. Hi, Xavier. How you doing? And congratulations, Coach Fondo. I think I've got the story right, Coach. Coach told me the story. And it's one of those things that memory you're going to have about what it means. You came here and listened to all these wonderful stories from the people. You're going to take that with you forever, Xander. And you're gonna make hay out of that sunshine. Okay. And you're gonna start doing it tomorrow night, all right? All right, thanks everyone.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and conclude our awards for the evening. Thank you so much. Congratulations to all the honorees. Thank you for everyone who came. Please, the room is yours. Continue to eat, continue to drink, continue to celebrate these wonderful people and their accomplishments. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening.